Yeah, for all the new people in the stream, we can show it out a second time on how to set up dynamic bones. I'm going to set the viewpoint on Frox so he can set it up. You'll get a snoot view.
My
So,
snoot view.
so explain it out,
Okay,
Frox.
so essentially Nex is using an avatar that was created before the dynamic bones, but we can simply set it up on this one. So Nex can actually move around a little bit, like move like left and right, so we can see what's. So on the tail, we can see there's a little bit of dynamics that's essentially using the old smooth transform, but when he moves side to side, it essentially doesn't react. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the old system and we're gonna replace it with the new dynamic bones. So to start, I need the developer tooltip. You can find it in Neo's Essentials. And I'm gonna select any bone of the tail, so I think around here should be one. There we go. I will open Inspector. And now I will go up until I find the root of the tail. So this seems to be, yeah, this one is under hips. And if I open this one, you should see. Oh, there's actually two roots. That's interesting.
I'm a unique boy.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let me just have a look what this is.
Ooh, that tickles. Hee hee.
It's nice surgery. Wait, what's this root? This one has a little bit more complex hierarchy. Oh, I remember what this is. This one, it had like a cloth or something covering the tail, and we removed that. Or we scaled it to 0, that's why. Hold on, if I set it to 1... No, I think we scaled it up. Okay, so essentially this is where the tail itself starts. Or this one. Yeah, this one's a little bit more complicated. Usually you have like just one chain, but the important thing is you need to find wherever the tail that you want to interact actually starts with. So let's say this one. I'm gonna attach a new component, go attach. Physics, dynamic bones, and dynamic bone chain. And because this one is using the old setup, like on this object you can find is the smooth transform, you first need to get rid of them.
Scale the UI as well, Frox, while you're
one.
showing, so then they can see it a little bit better. Like look, yeah, there you go, and like, perfect.
So there's a handy button for this. Also, you tell is my inspector.
Oh, sorry.
So at the bottom you can see there's clean small transforms and children. So I just click this. It's all clean up, and then I will simply click setup from children. Click setup from children, and now it has dynamics.
Yep. Now I got the dynamic bones on me. I got wiggly tail. Look at how wiggly my tail is now. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
It's very, very, very wiggly. Okay.
And you also set the grabbing as well.
So now we can set up the grabbing. So right now it will respond like to touching. I think the quaders are a little bit too small, so let's make them actually bigger. So I'm gonna scroll up, find the dynamic bone chain. It has a bunch of properties like inertia force, damping, elasticity, and stiffness. You can use it to adjust the behavior of the tail. So for example, if you want to be more flowy and wiggle less, you can adjust the properties. But we're gonna leave it at default for now. But what I'm gonna show is the grabbable. So I will set it as grabbable. And essentially means I can now grab the chain, so I can grab it here, and I can move it around. We'll let it go. Let's see if it goes back into place. And another thing, if the colliders for collision are a little bit too small, like here, you can see my hand is going through, I can increase their size. So if I go higher, there's base bone radius. I'll set this to 0.1 maybe. Let's see how that behaves. Yeah, that's a bit all the better. So you can see I can interact with it. I can actually, if I walk through it, I will push it out of the way, so it has body collisions already.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say we wanted to make it a little bit less jiggly. So one thing we can do is we can increase the damping on it. So let's try this. I'm gonna grab it. Zip. And there we go. See, now it doesn't jiggle as much. It still has this nice kind of like wiggle when it settles, but it's not as strong. You can also move around a little bit. Let's see how it looks like.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping us set that up.
So that's pretty much how easy it is essentially to set up the dynamic bones in here.
I was talking in the Discord chat.
If you want a little more like a custom setup, you can play with all these settings. You could even try it with logics because you have a bunch of settings. For example, with gravity or force, you can like apply forces. Let's actually showcase I think it would be a good idea to showcase a little bit more advanced setup where like we put like force on it, so even when you are stationary, the tail itself is going to be moving a little bit.
Oh, Frox is already going
I
into
don't
developer's
know,
mode.
that's terrible.
Okay, yeah, do your thing, man.
Okay, so you can see over here.
Peace to you left. Love you, man.
I have local force, and essentially that is a force applied to the chain. So let's just put some number there, and you can see it's gonna. If I put some number there, like 0.4, that actually changes the tail. This is 10. So what I would like to do is I would like to animate this. For that, I'm gonna use the built-in visual scripting language called Logix. So I will go to Essential Tools, grab the Logix tooltip.
Hey Elsie, so this actually is a lot more performant. All of these things in the dynamic bones inside of here are really very performant, and Frox has made the system so they don't really cause too much lag.
There's also like a lot of optimizations, like general ones that will come in the future that will also help with a lot of things. So now, essentially, to animate this, I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna pull out interface, so I can interface it with the scripting language. And you can see here I have the force. And the force is a three-dimensional vector, so essentially all I need to do is construct one. So I'm gonna open Logix selector. I will go to math. And let's say I want to use simplex noise. That's a pretty good natural noise function.
Yeah, this is our own dynamics system. It isn't the one from the Unity store.
Yep. It's completely custom. Like Neos, for the most part, it's custom engine, so like there's not much overlap with the Unity asset store.
Your dynamic bone system runs better than Unity's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It does.
Yeah, essentially, it's largely written from scratch. It's using different algorithm that scales better with performance, and it's also like designed even the collisions. There's like other optimizations that will try to like cut down on the amount of work that needs to be done. And it should provide a lot more like the properties themselves. They should be similar, but you can see the values are actually different, and that's because like the physical simulation is done somewhat differently. So it has like better adaptability, and the settings should also make more sense because like they better corresponds to the actual physics. So let's we essentially have three simplex noises. I'm gonna use time as a basis. So we'll go to input, time. Essentially just a number that is continually changing. And I can plug that into this simplex noise. And this will essentially give me value that fluctuates randomly. And for these two, I'm gonna do an offset. So let me grab plus operator. I got another. So essentially these noise functions will give me different values. I will just put some random numbers there. There we go. So here I'm getting essentially three random numbers. And I will pack this into one three-dimensional vector using the pack XYZ. So I'll actually get rid of these. Plug this here, plug this here, plug this here. And this already gives me essentially three-dimensional vector that I can use as the force, but I'm gonna multiply it, so I can essentially control the strength of the force. And I'm gonna multiply with a float. Float.
Already sounds like some Scandinavian micro husk glitch music. Yeah, basically. That's the kind of music playing in the background.
And now that I have like this force computed, what I can do is simply take the output and plug it into local force. And you can see that immediately starts affecting the tail.
I got a waggy tail now.
So this is a little bit too strong, so I'm gonna decrease it, let's say to 2. And it's also too fast, so to make it slower, I will actually multiply the time, so it goes slower. So with operators, multiply, take the time. Oops.
Yeah,
I
that
will
works.
multiply by a smaller number, let's say like 0.25. Plug this here, plug this here, plug this here. You see now, essentially, it has some motion to it.
Mode. Interesting.
Maybe faster. 0.5.
Yep, and all these movements and animation are being driven now through the logics that Frox is setting up.
Yeah. It's completely procedural animation, essentially now, driven with So I think it was good. Like it has a little bit of a motion to it. You can still interact with it, so you can grab it, move it around. And now that we're like satisfied with animation, I can essentially pack the logics. Like so essentially it becomes part of the avatar and it's saved together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new child. Usually it's a good idea to organize it, so I will name this logics. And I will pick all of the circuits under this.
Chill, you do
So what I'm
like
gonna do
conditions
is
and
gonna
stuff
take
for
this
models,
one,
right?
I'm gonna set it as my picking root, and I will simply hold secondary on these, zip, and now they're packed under this. And I can close this, I can close this. The tile still has its behavior.
Yeah.
Yay!
And you can save the avatar and essentially
I
now
really
I'm gonna
hope you
function this way.
like pressure them.
Yeah, I might
because
as well save
that's
this
not
version
an
since you did all that
acceptable
work
length
to
of
it.
time for that to happen.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Got it saved. But that was something for like little extra interactions that he showed off with the logics of like the stuff that you can set up for like animating tails or animating certain things. But the process to set up the dynamic bones and the gripping, very easy and simple. If you missed it, we've already clipped that.
Have you considered ordering a
that off.
PayPal card and then just accepting
This is literally
commissions
like
through PayPal?
if you just want to get really fancy, you can like start getting to the visual scripting and essentially have control over the whole process. But even just the basic dynamic bones, then you pretty much attach the component, you click the button, and you're done.
Yep.